At Field Medical Training Battalion West, students will undergo difficult and realistic training. Students will complete 5 written examinations, 6 medical procedure evaluations, 4 conditioning hikes, and multiple inspections.
Company! Order!
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the presentation of the colors and remain standing for the playing of our national anthem and the invocation.
March up the colors! Company! Freeze then! March! Post the color! Company! Order! March! Company! Hurry! Dress!
Ladies and gentlemen, Lieutenant Commander Aaron Kleinman will now deliver the invocation.
Let us pray. Master of Legions, we ask your blessing upon us this day as we witness Field Medical Training Battalion, Class 2016010, graduate. May this ceremony instill in us an appreciation for these young men and the challenges they have met over the past 3 months. During that time, they have tromped through mud, carried stretchers over obstacles, shivered in near freezing temperatures, humped for miles with their packs, and been subjected to intense scrutiny and detailed academic examinations. Many fell. The sailors standing before you are the ones who got up and pressed on. Through it all, your love and that of their friends and families sustained them. We thank you for the loved ones, both those here and those who could not make it today, for their support. Finally, we ask your blessing on these devil docks as they receive their shields. May they never fail the Marines you entrust to their care. Let us say, Amen.
Please be seated. I would like to introduce the commanding officer of Field Medical Training Battalion, Captain Dan Cornwell.
Good morning, Field Medical Training Battalion.
Good morning, sir! Hoorah!
This is the greatest job ever. It really is. Happy holidays, everyone, and welcome to the graduation of Field Medical Service Technician Class 2016 TAC 010. Master Chief Roberts, Mrs. Opal Cornwell, commanding officers, XOs, CMCs, sergeant majors, moms and dads, friends and neighbors. We have a great show prepared for you today. Not only are we graduating these fine young men standing in front of you, but we are celebrating our anniversary. 2015 marks 65 years of service for FMTB West. We opened our doors the fall of 1950 and have grown bigger and better with each passing day. Grad Week is always a fun week. Lots of moving parts, lots of practice, but more importantly, lots of smiles. I was approached by a few of the students asking, Captain, my parents are coming and they're very proud and very excited. They will probably stand up and do a shout out. Is that okay? I said I'm betting there are many proud parents and loved ones in the audience today. So, if we do have any proud parents and loved ones, this would be the time to show it. We here at FMTB West are very proud of these young men. On a personal note, today's a special day for me. I'm very blessed and proud. My mother's in the audience. It was her guidance and love that made me the man I am today. Love you, Mom. As mentioned, this is our 65th year of service through education. We learn today so we may lead tomorrow. During the summer of 1950, Field Medical Service School was formally established, and by the fall of 1950, the first class of Fleet Marine Force Corpsmen graduated, all assigned to Marine Corps units headed to Korea. However, before the formal school was established, the hospital corpsmen had a very special relationship with the Marine Corps starting in 1898, when they were assigned to the Marine Corps Expeditionary Battalion, which landed at Guantanamo Bay during the Spanish-American War. Please join me in applauding 65 years of service through education and 117 years of service between our Marines and hospital corpsmen. Thank you. Please join me in a special acknowledgement to the Military Order of the Purple Heart, the Navy League's Tri-City Council, Pacific Marine Corps Credit Union, and Navy Federal Credit Union for their continued support to our students and staff. Thank you for your support. I know many of you traveled a great distance today to join in the celebration and show your support for these brave young men. For the family members, I want to personally thank you for entrusting your loved ones to our care and training. These young men are the best and brightest this country has to offer. They are the next generation of heroes serving with the greatest fighting force on this planet, the United States Marine Corps. I am extremely proud of each and every one of them. They have been tested physically, mentally, and emotionally. I understand the challenges these young men have gone through. I, too, along with many in our audience today, are graduates of this fine institution. There have been many changes since I graduated, but the goal remains the same: provide the highest quality of instruction in order to save the lives of our Marine Corps brothers. The staff that you will meet today are the heart and soul of Field Med School. They are great Americans and true heroes. They are the best of the best, all battle-tested with significant combat experience. They have passed their experiences, their stories, their training to each student through mentorship, guidance, and hands-on training to mold the next generation. Again, on a personal note, working at FMTB West is an honor and privilege. Working with the best of the best from the Navy and the Marine Corps is an opportunity of a career and lifetime. These young professionals are dedicated to the mission and future of Navy and Marine Corps Medicine team. Our team, our family, is focused on mission success and the success of our shipmates, the sailor and Marine standing to our right and left. Leadership at all levels are engaged and attuned to the issues of today and the challenges of the future. Our organization is a shining example of leadership, teamwork, fairness, and respect will accomplish. Our future is very bright. Please join me in applauding the FMTB staff for making a difference. And speaking of the staff, this is the fun part. I get to just make stuff up here. Chief Pacheco and Chief Tran, are you in the audience? Please stand. Chief Tran, where are you at? I want to personally thank both of you. This is their last graduation, ladies and gentlemen. These two have been the heart and soul of our operations department. Without them, we would not be where we are today. So I can't thank you enough for all your heart. Class 2016 TAC 010, congratulations on completing this step in your career. You are about to enter a brotherhood that has no equal, the 84-4 FMF Corpsmen. Never forget, it's a privilege to wear the uniform of this great nation, serving the Navy and the Marine Corps of the greatest country in the world, to protect and provide the freedom we cherish so deeply. But it's an honor to be called Doc, to be a hospital corpsman, to put your shipmate's life above yours, and promise to care for the sick and injured. You have a legacy to uphold because you are the example of what's good and honorable in this world. Continue to learn and train. Use the tools we have provided you. Always remember your core values: honor, courage, commitment. Your life and career has no limits. Go forward and do great things. Thank you.
Our keynote speaker for today's graduation is Command Master Chief Michael J. Roberts. He is currently assigned to 1st Marine Division as the Command Master Chief. You can find Master Chief's complete bio in the event program.
Good morning. Captain Cornwell, Command Master Chief Insignia, Command Master Chief Padawan, Sergeants Majors, Master Gunnery Sergeants, friends and families, I'm truly honored to speak to you this morning. First, I want to thank the friends and families of our FMTB graduates. Your continued love and support to our service members make it possible for us to do what we do during the service of our country. You played an important part of our ability to serve and complete our mission, and it's greatly appreciated. Thank you to the command leadership here today for you providing guidance and leadership to our sailors who are the future of today's Navy. And I mean today's Navy. This is our future right here. We have future command master chiefs, we have future generals and admirals in this audience, or the graduates right here. I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about the instructors like Captain Cornwell did. Thank you to the instructors and staff who have selflessly dedicated their time and effort to teach these sailors critical skills that might make a difference between life and death of a fellow service member. And finally, I would like to welcome today's graduates to Elite Fleet Marine Force community, where you will soon understand the true meaning of being called Doc. I remember back when I received orders to field medical training, 1993, and for some of you counting, 22 years. Probably before most of our graduates were born. I had been enlisted for a little over 2 years and remember being intimidated and excited at the prospect of being assigned to, as it was formerly called, Field Medical Service School. It was intimidating because I wasn't fully certain what the training would be like, and exciting because of prospects of going a wide variety of duty stations, more importantly with the Marines. But the greatest benefit I received from completing this training is a bond that I made with my Marines. I could stand here and talk to you about how we learn how to perform during tactical situations, or how to make decisions during stressful operations, or how to make it through a 7 to 10 mile hike with carrying a 70-pound pack on your back. But I'd rather focus on the amazing milestones you have accomplished, and for those going to the Marine units, how your life will forever change, and I do mean forever. The bond between Marines and their doc has been a very important element of the history of Hospital Corps. The dedication corpsmen have for their Marines have been well documented through the years, and is evident by the corpsmen having namesakes of ships, buildings, numerous military awards and medals and memorials. But I believe the best examples can be found in the various poems, songs, stories told by those who have been in place where the brotherhood is truly tested. I would like to read a short poem to you written by Gunnery Sergeant Tom Barlett, entitled Corpsman Up. Up in the front and filled with fear, he pleads with God, oh, don't leave me here. Wounded and bleeding and hunched with pain, thrown on his back in the mud and the rain. Others went down, some hit, all scared. No one moved, no one dared. We moved swiftly through the paddly mire, and then it happened, enemy fire. Corpsman up. When things get hot, the nearest thing to God, we've got corpsman up to save a breath. Corpsman up in the face of death. Stop the bleeding, treat for shock. No time for hesitation, Doc. Patch him up and get him back. Back to the rear. Call for a medevac. Operating room well lit and clean. Doctors waiting, dressed in green. Operating with speed and skill, experts with determined will. Save lives or limbs to save dreams, no matter how impossible it seems. Work on a sweat in a mud and grime to save a life. There's not much time. You joined the Navy to learn your trade, went to school and made the grade. It's corpsman up when the rounds are flying, corpsman up when men are dying. You're one of us, a grunt of grit. Like it or not, you can't quit. Corpsman up, step from the ranks, corpsman up, and accept thanks. The moment you check in with your Marine unit, you will forever be known as Doc, regardless of the type of battle we're in, whether it's on our soil or foreign soil. Marines will look at you. You are their Doc. Marines and sailors both share the same core values of honor, courage, and commitment. And I ask of you today to apply each of these traits to your life, personally and professionally. As we all know, honor those who have gone before you by carrying on a legacy before being the greatest fighting force in the world, by committing yourself to upholding the values and courage they demonstrated, even when their lives were on the line. I'm very proud to be a corpsman and even more honored to have served in the ranks as a Fleet Marine Force corpsman. What makes you special is that you won't always be in a hospital or even in a building. You're often asked to go far beyond your skills that you were taught in school. Sometimes we are placed in a position where we are the only one standing between a dead Marine and a fighting Marine. One day, you may be the one who stands between life and death. I challenge each and every one of you to continue to grow, professionally and personally, and always that we are part of a special group of sailors, those who are bestowed the honored and title of Doc. Semper Fidelis.
For today's graduation, we would like to recognize those students who have excelled in several categories during the training cycle. First being the honor graduate, who has displayed hard work and dedication by obtaining the highest grade point average in the company. Next, we have the platoon and company high physical fitness assessment and physical fitness test students. For the physical fitness assessment, also known as the Navy PFA, the student had to perform push-ups, curl-ups, and a 1.5 mile timed run. For the physical fitness test, also known as the Marine Corps PFT, the student had to perform pull-ups, crunches, and a 3-mile timed run. We also have the Motivation Award, given to that one student per platoon who maintained the highest level of motivation and encouragement to his shipmates during the training cycle. Lastly, we have the Outstanding Leadership Award, given to that sailor who has shown excellence in leading and inspiring his fellow shipmates throughout the training cycle. The honor graduate is HM1 Feng Zhu, who accumulated a high grade point average of 98%. The honor graduate is receiving a plaque from Mr. Bill McDonald, representing the Tri-City Navy League, and Cassiopeia Cortez, representing Navy Federal Credit Union, for a job well done. If you look from left to right, we will recognize the platoon and company high PFA PFT awardees. We ask that you hold your applause until after the awardees have been recognized. From 2nd Platoon, HM2 Shane McCarthy was the company's most physically fit sailor. For the PFA, he scored an outstanding by performing 91 push-ups, 106 curl-ups, and a 1.5-mile run time of 9 minutes and 33 seconds. For the PFT, he scored a 289 for a first class by performing 26 pull-ups, 96 crunches, and a 3-mile run time of 19 minutes and 6 seconds. From 1st Platoon, we have HN Mark Holman. From 2nd Platoon, we have HM3 Jessup Peck. If you look from left to right again, we will now recognize the Platoon Motivation Awards. From 1st Platoon, we have HN Jesse Gonzalez. From 2nd Platoon, we have HM2 Kenneth Wojcinski. The recipient of the Outstanding Leadership Award is HN Jacob Johnson from 1st Platoon. The award will be presented by the Military Order of the Purple Heart, North San Diego County, Chapter 493. The award is being presented by former Army medic Gary Doc Rutledge of the North San Diego County of the Military Order of the Purple Heart, Chapter 493. Gary Rutledge was drafted into the Army in July 1967. He was trained as a combat medic at Fort Sam Houston, Texas. He served in Vietnam from December 1967 to December 1968. He was wounded in September 1968, and now currently resides in Fallbrook, California with his wife, Dorothy. Ladies and gentlemen, the company honor graduate high PFA, PFT, motivational and outstanding leadership awardees of class 2016010. Thank you. At this time, the company leadership will now present the commanding officer and the command master chief the legacy plaque. At this time, the North San Diego County of the Military Order of the Purple Heart, Chapter 493, will now present the Commanding Officer and Command Master Chief a painting. The painting will be presented by Ed Bridges. Ed Bridges joined the Navy in 1953, attended Hospital Corps School and was wounded in 1967, and retired from the Navy in 1974.
live TV. They gave us the painting. I promise it's on the shelf upstairs. We just forgot to bring it in. That happens with live TV.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, Chief Perez will relieve the class commander and platoon commanders of their duties. Standing in front of their respective platoons are your graduates' platoon advisors. These fine sailors and Marines have spent the past 8 weeks mentoring and training your graduates. The company chief is Chief Perez, and the platoon advisors for 1st Platoon are HM1 Senti Esteban, who is HM1 Rivera, HM2 Hoff, Sergeant Sofian, and Corporal Eduardo. The platoon advisors for 2nd Platoon are HM1 Corpus, HM1 Edwards, who is in the color guard, HM2 Stewart, who is also in the color guard, Sergeant Pereira, who is also in the color guard, Sergeant Nall, and Corporal Long. Earlier this week, the students of Class 2016-010 were given the opportunity to vote on who they found to be the most motivating instructor throughout the entire training cycle. The votes are in, and the students would like to recognize HM1 Senti Esteban as the most motivating instructor. The Command Master Chief Insignia, will hand him the moto bat, and Kelly Anderson from Pacific Marine Credit Union will present a gift for a token as a job well done. Ladies and gentlemen, the platoon advisors for Class 2016-010. Thank you. The next portion of our graduation is the shielding ceremony. The shielding ceremony is a time-honored tradition which concludes the General Duty Corpsman's transition to the Fleet Marine Force Corpsman. For more than 50 years, the title Pharmacist Mate and the Red Geneva Cross have marked corpsmen serving with the Marine Corps Operating Forces. On 2nd April 1948, the Navy changed the title and insignia of the Hospital Corps to the titles known today. Sailors bound for service with the Marine Corps attend training at Field Medical Training Battalion, and upon completion earn the Navy Enlisted Classification Code 8404, and are presented their medical shield. Their shield is metallic and black. It is 1 inch wide and 1 inch high. It is adorned with a caduceus centered. It shall be placed vertically, centered on the point of the left collar. The shield is worn today by hospital corpsmen worldwide serving with the Fleet Marine Forces and is a symbol of their daily service to the Corps and their proud naval history.
Say
The next portion of the ceremony will be the traditional function of the retiring of the guidons. The platoon guides have been carrying their guidons for their respective platoons during the training cycle to identify and express unit integrity, motivation, and esprit de corps.
Guard! Hold!
The guidons will now be returned to their platoon advisors.
Forward! March! Say third. Face. Edge. Change. Guide on. Take. Guide on. Post. Halt.
Please rise as we retire the colors and remain standing for the playing of Anchors Away in the Marine Hymn.
Retire the colors.
Please be seated. Chief Perez will now have the platoon advisors dismiss their platoons, and that will conclude our graduation ceremony. And from all of us at FMTB West, we would like to wish you a happy holidays. Thank you.
Platoon advisor, dismiss your platoon. Aye, Chief. Time to go. Time to go.